Hello there. It's an absolute pleasure to finally meet you. My name is CeeCee, and I'm the host of a podcast called ZEALED FUJOSHI. And I'm beyond excited about our conversation today. My podcast is all about celebrating the world of anime and manga that speaks to the hearts of Fujoshis and Fudanshis. At ZEALED FUJOSHI, we're all about the joy of diving deep into the stories, characters, and creative expressions that makes our fandom so vibrant. Our listeners are avid fans of your incredible work. And in this interview, it's an opportunity for them to get to know you.
Great.
I'm absolutely delighted and I welcome you to this exciting episode. Today, you are a true superstar, Miss Yaya Han.
Thank you.
In the world of cosplay, you are the renowned Yaya Han. With your remarkable talent, you have enchanted fans worldwide and has become a true trailblazer in the world of creative expression. From crafting intricate costumes to embodying beloved characters. Yaya Han, your passion for cosplay has touched the hearts of many.
Oh my gosh. Thank you so much. That's such
Miss
a nice
Yaya Han,
intro.
Miss Yaya Han, ZEALED FUJOSHI, the podcast, it's an absolute pleasure, really. I'm a big fan for so many years now of your cosplay journey. I think it's 10 years now that I've been watching your journey through cosplay. Can you share a little bit about yourself for our fans who's seeing you for the first time?
Sure. I'm Yaya, and I've been cosplaying since 1999. So definitely been around the block. I basically grew up in the fandom and cosplay community, and I've had the pleasure of evolving with it as well as helping to shape it into what it is today. Took a long time for me to sort of admit that I've had certainly an impact on the industry. But now I sort of see it as a point of pride, and I really love the cosplay community and really put a lot of time and effort into advocating for it, as well as designing and creating products that can help new cosplayers. And I go to a lot of conventions to speak to cosplayers and sort of share encouragement and advice to them, because it's become a really large global community. And so I definitely cosplay full time, but I think like for me, what defines me is still that I'm a true fan of anime, manga, and video games and such. And I've always let my fandom kind of guide me. And I am also a Fujoshi, so we are in a good company here. So like, I'm currently cosplaying Lian from Heaven Official Blessing, which is a Chinese BL novel turned manhwa and donghua and such. And so it's like, I still like to cosplay from the fandoms that I like, and even if they're maybe not super popular or well-known or such. And I think that's really important. So.
It really translates. I've been a fan of you. I was born and raised in the Philippines.
Yeah.
And I've heard you. When I moved here, when I first saw you in Anime Central, I was amazed.
Oh my gosh, Anime Central. Yes, I used to go.
Yeah.
As a vendor.
Yeah, I remember. I was really young back then, and that was the very first time. Your designs are so detailed. And like when I was younger, I used to cosplay based on the tutorials that you used to do in YouTube.
Oh, thank you.
And I haven't cosplayed in a long time, but I do know you a lot from a very long time ago.
Thank you so much. Yeah.
Do you mind if I ask what inspired you to start cosplaying?
I mean, when I started cosplaying, it was not a career option. It was not even anything you could gain clout from. Like in 1999 or the early odds, cosplay was sort of seen as the weird activity. It was like we were the weird otaku. Like other otakus would kind of look down on us a bit because like those people are really freaky.
Yeah.
And so for me, what inspired me truly as like, it was a labor of love. It was like the purest form of expression that I found as a fan.
And I felt that when you were doing your cosplay, I felt that. It was just pure love for the cosplay art of it.
Absolutely. I mean, it's like, why else would you go through all the trouble? You know, it's like I learned how to sew and style wigs and make things.
I remember you used to post your progress. It would take you months to do certain cosplays. Amazing.
Still does sometimes, yeah. But it's like I just love it for the fact that you can express what you love, what you like, in such a blazing, obvious way, and that you can be active as a fan. Like, it's not just consuming the media or just buying the merch or wearing a t-shirt that shows like, hey, I like this character. Like, cosplayers put in effort into becoming the characters. And I did a panel earlier today where I gave advice to a new cosplayer about the fact that you spend time with the character and you bond with them as you make the costume. And that's the reason you should cosplay, is because it truly is many hours and many days and nights that you just spend with that character. And for me, any character I've cosplayed, I am so much closer to them. I'm such a bigger fan of them, and I'm so much more invested in the source material. And I tell people that that's really, they need to let the character drive them, and they need to see all this effort, all these hours put in, maybe frustrating, trying to craft something. It is bonding with the character, and that is what makes it really worth it.
And it is worth it. Speaking of cosplay, is there any cosplay mishaps that you can share, humorous behind the scenes blooper, or any unexpected challenge that you've encountered that you're willing to share, of course?
So many that I think I have repressed some of the worst ones. I mean, I've encountered just about anything you can imagine, you know, from like forgetting an important piece of a costume to where I couldn't even wear the costume because I forgot, you know, like the key piece, or, you know, my wig totally slipping, or like, you know, wearing something that really, like, you know, actually injured me, and because something dug in, or, you know, had a bald spot from wearing a wig too.
I remember seeing you before in a convention. You even had a blister on your foot one time.
Oh, that happens often.
All the time, yeah.
Yeah. It's like cosplay is not, it's not comfortable.
Yeah.
And, you know, I'm having a fan right now blowing on me because it's like the way to be somewhat comfortable, you know, in multiple layers of polyester. And I think like it's what makes it worth it. It's like we are willing to go through the discomfort because we choose to dress this way, you know, and this is like a convention or a photo shoot is like our way to show the world what we're into. So I've definitely had every mishap that you could imagine, but that is totally makes it worth it. Truly, it's like, you know.
Your costume designs are often featuring these very intricate details, and materials you've used are fantastic. How do you approach the technical and artistic aspects of your creation?
I really like the creation part, and I like problem solving. I am definitely more comfortable with sewing, and so I've developed more in the sewing arena. Although I have to know how to make props and make armor and such, because I think the more you know, the more it sort of gives you freedom to cosplay whoever you want. So I would, you know, it's like I would be very limited if I only sewed or something. I'm like, no, I need to be able to do other things. But the way that I approach it is like, the fit is really important to me. The foundation of any costume is really important, because I have learned through making costumes that weren't that durable or didn't fit that well. I'm just like, no, it has to have a lining. It has to have, you know, it needs to be tailored properly, because those things will affect the wear and tear of the costume. So I do work pretty hard on the foundation of a costume. And I also have a lot of fun hunting for materials. You know, I really like adding depth and texture to a costume, you know, so like even if it's supposed to be a solid color blocked outfit, I like to put a pattern on it or something. And I think that is like I don't care about accuracy. I've never been a cosplayer who made accurate costumes. It's always been embellished or tweaked to have a little bit of a personality, my personality. And so I try to also give that advice to people that, you know, don't care about accuracy. You know, it really is not the end
one-to-one accuracy, right?
Yeah, so it's like everything I do, I think once the foundation is there, the fit is there, then I have a lot of fun embellishing, you know, and that is where like you can just add so many different forms of embellishments, and that's where I have tons of fun.
A lot of your fans are always excited to see what you'll come at next. Can you give us a sneak peek into some of the exciting projects you have in the pipeline?
Well, I just released a sewing machine, the Burnett B79 Yaya Han edition sewing and embroidery machine that I created with the Swiss company Burnett/Bernina. And so that has been the big project in the making for almost a year, and really happy to actually have the machine present here at Anime Magic, and you know, through Bernina of Naperville, which is a wonderful sewing machine dealer and great resource for local cosplayers. We are able to give away a Yaya Han sewing machine tomorrow as the grand prize at the Anime Magic cosplay contest. So I'm very excited for a deserving winner to walk home with it. So that has been the big project that sort of is dictating a lot of my time spent this year. So like my next costume project is related to the sewing machine. I will be making an original costume in the colors of the sewing machine with a lot of embroidery and, you know, fancy stitches. So I'm basically gonna cosplay my sewing machine.
Yeah.
So I'm very excited to work on that. I just got back from Japan and Sweden from judging two of the biggest cosplay contests in the world, the Nordic Cosplay Championship at NareCon in Sweden and the World Cosplay Summit in Nagoya in Japan. So I'm very proud and honored to be a judge for, you know, the biggest cosplay events in the world. And it's also very inspiring to meet the teams and see their performances. So for the rest of the year, I am actually gonna try to take it a little easy traveling wise, because I've basically been going nonstop since April. I want to be home a little more so that I can sew and create new costumes, because that is like, that's my self-care. That is like, you know, what makes me genuinely happy. And although I love traveling, definitely feel a bit run ragged through it. So I think you'll definitely be able to expect more creative content from me, more sewing content, more photo shoots. I'm dying to build another set and do another big photo shoot in my studio. So I think like that is what I'm gonna try to focus on. We'll see.
Well, Miss Yaya Han, your influence in the cosplay community has touched the lives of so many fans around the world. As we wrap up this conversation, is there any special message or a piece of advice you'd like to share with your dedicated supporters or any aspiring cosplayers who look up to you?
I just want people, honestly, I just want you all to go out and cosplay for yourself. Like, don't give in to too much peer pressure. Don't try to chase the trends or the viral hashtags too much. You know, like, really let your heart and your love for characters and projects guide you, and just know like that you can cosplay your way, and that it's okay to express yourself, you know, however you'd like, and that nothing can replace going to a convention. So go to a convention near you. Don't just hang out on TikTok, because it really is it really is magical to be in person with other cosplayers.
It is true.
So
It's the best feeling, like especially when you're getting your pictures taken. It has a sense of gratifying feeling that
absolutely,
your
Yeah.
art is being appreciated.
Yeah, and the people that share the love for the same, like source material, there's like, oh, you're from that. And I'm like, yes. And they're like, hey, I also read that.
Yeah.
So it's great.
As we wrap up this fantastic interview, Miss Yaya Han, I want to extend my warmest thank yous for taking the time. I know you're very busy in Anime Magic, so I really do want to thank you for your time. I know it's such a hard schedule for you this weekend. I just want to say thank you, really, from the deepest
Thank you.
of my heart. My friend from Gourmet Treats and StayFresh have whipped up a nice thank you for you for your time taking
really?
this interview.
You guys are too kind.
Here you go, Miss Yaya Han.
Oh, thank you.
Some fruits and some candies for you.
That's awesome.
Something to snack on. Keep yourself
freeze-dried
energy.
strawberries.
Yeah.
Thank you so much.
Of course, Miss
Yes,
Yaya Han.
nice to
Thank you
meet
so much. Nice to meet you too. My name is CeeCee. I'm very happy to have this honor of meeting you.
No, thank you.
Thank you.
You're so well prepared. I really appreciate it.
Thank you.
Yeah.